Yet another paint-by-numbers, superficial music biopic, this time about reggae legend Bob Marley and director Ronaldo Marcus Green's Pedestrian, Bob Marley, One Love.
Say hello to my little friend!
I wanted a mission, and for my sins I gave you one. Echoes of eternity!
Well, folks, if you're a fan of Bob Marley and the Wailers and we're looking forward to a deeper look at what made this iconic artist tick, well, you're just shit out of luck. This, simply put, is little more than the same poo in a different pile as any number of other biopics crapped out by Hollywood over the last few years. Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody, or even Oliver Stone's The Doors. Just a simplified, easy-to-swallow, vanilla-covered turd bonbon. But what else is new with these flicks? I mean, has there been a really good or even just decent rock film in the last 20 years? Look, here's the first red flag among several. Any biopic that requires the approval of the subject's children or relatives means you're likely going to get a one-note, sugar-coated, sanitized look at the artist. And that means you're not likely to see any scenes of Bob, say, with his 15-year-old white mistress, who he of course knocked up along with 8 other women, or his bachelor mansion that he set up to facilitate his numerous affairs, and the physical abuse he apparently subjected his wife Rita to, as she documented in her 2004 book, No Woman, No Cry, My Life with Bob Marley. You're certainly not going to bear witness to any of that. Shit, we've got a catalog of great music to sell, and a reaffirming of Bob's deity status amongst stoners everywhere. Having family involvement in these films is like having a disgraced politician appoint an old family friend to investigate his alleged corruption. Kingsley Ben-Adir does a decent enough job in the title role, though he's probably a little too pretty. The Marley I see in old film clips has an intense, hungry, lean edge about him that I think is really sorely missing here. His wife Rita is played by Lashana Lynch. She's decent in the role, but, not really given much to work with. So we get the aforementioned Oliver Stone move where he essentially presents Jim Morrison as a spiritual deity. Now in this case, presenting Bob Marley as an apolitical man of pure love with flashbacks, I suppose, to some mystical place of his youth, where he runs through burning fields and accepts gold rings from ominous figures on horseback. I can just see stoned out zombies everywhere wanking to this hokum. And then there's the all-too formulaic Hollywood plotting. Flashbacks to his childhood before taking the stage. The fun way a classic song was conceived, just a dash of inspiration here and a pinch of happenstance there, all visualized in a manner you just know is probably bullshit. We have the obligatory, meddling, idiotic white producers attempting to stick their nose in where it doesn't belong. We get idiot fans crashing record stores to buy the hit album as it goes up the charts. And meanwhile, any negative stuff is just kinda hinted at, then brushed past. At the start, the film informs us that Jamaica is under violent political strife, but never actually provides any details of the major players. Now, there's an assassination attempt on Marley's life by politically motivated thugs, but why? According to the film, Bob Marley is above politics. Well, he's not taking a side. Of course, in actuality, the director elects to bypass the fact that Marley did indeed have political leanings. Well, he backed the PNP leftist party, but I guess if we're creating a messiah, we can't exactly have him being a card-carrying member of one party or another. Now, Bob Marley is also shown as a devout Rastafarian, but what exactly does that mean? Tell us something about these beliefs. Was he ever in conflict with them? Was he the same man that he presented himself to be on camera and in interviews? According to some, he most certainly wasn't. I only know this because I did a little of my own research, but the film tells us virtually nothing. Just a sanitized, glossy view of a beloved artist with all of his hit songs overlaid to keep your foot tapping. And don't you worry if this guy was in actuality anything less than a perfect human being. Look, folks, I'm not looking for a hatchet job on the guy, but the lack of any real depth or conflict in the character and his story makes the whole thing feel less like a biopic and more like a K-Tel commercial.
Here comes the hit machine, one of K-Tel's greatest albums ever, 20 original hits, original stars.
The way I see it, every filmmaker right out of the gate needs to find the path either not taken or barely taken at all when deciding how to tell a story. Otherwise, why did you even get into this business, and why does a paying audience need to sit through this more unoriginal derivative shit? Beats me. Bob Marley, One Love is currently playing in theaters around the country and gets an acid test rating of meh. That is all.